Well, hello everyone. Welcome back to the channel. This is John and Jenna with Flippin' Ain't Easy, and hopefully you guys can see we've done some things here. We've actually improved the quality of the video. So the video camera we have is the Osbot, the Lite 3, the one that just came out, and it's going to be a huge improvement over what we had before. Like, we're putting things up to the camera, was coming out of focus and stuff, and now it's a lot better. So hopefully you guys noticed that, and we did some rearranging on the wall behind us as well. So for those of you guys who are like, wait, what's different, that's what we have that's going on. So here's the deal, guys. A good article was put out by Ina Steiner like last Monday, and I didn't see it on Monday to talk about this, but I still think it was worth talking about and worth kind of maybe changing what we do in our processes and how we do it. And for some of you, it's not a big deal, and for others, it could be a big deal. So the article in question is this here. One way USPS proposes to hike fees in July. So USPS wants to impose a new requirement that could result in significant fees for online sellers if they don't take action beginning in July. The new rule would require shippers to include accurate dimensions. So you got to have your length, your width, and your height for all parcels, otherwise be subject to USPS dimension non-compliance fee. We'll get to what that is here in a second. USPS started charging a dimension non-compliance fee back about 4 years ago, which requires accurate dimensions on packages that exceeded 1 cubic foot, so meaning 22 inches in length for the following classes. So you have your priority mail and your ground advantage and local connect. Or connect local, I've never used that one.
I've never even seen it.
The new rule would extend that requirement to packages no matter the size. So now instead of being 22 inches, it's any size, and shippers would not have to provide dimensions for flat rate or USPS returns. So your return labels, I think eBay has that all covered anyway. There's nothing for you to do when you submit a return label through eBay anyway. Now here's the charge. The current surcharge for non-compliance is currently set at $1.50. So if you have the wrong dimensions in there, we're not talking about weight. We're talking about dimensions. USPS has not announced July 2026 rates, so that could change too. So $1.50 is what the policy is for USPS, but they're going to start in July 2026 in the next 5 or 6 months here. Was it 6 months? 5 months, whatever. You guys know what I'm talking about. July, they're going to hit us with that if you're not accurately putting the dimensions in. So July 12th is the date. And you can, of course, send your feedback and all that on or before February 9th. And there's the notice in the Federal Register. Go check out Ina Stein's article on e-commerce bites for more information on that. So now, exactly, what are we talking about here? Why is this a big deal? Because there's people out there who just put an estimate. Maybe you think you kind of get a rough idea. Okay, it's definitely 1 pound, right? But it's like 12, 10, and 4, and they want you to have accurate dimensions on all parcels. And if your dimensions aren't correct, you'll be hit with a dimension non-compliance fee on any parcel, regardless of size. And of course, we're not talking about flat rate or we said returns. So if USPS scanners or manual checks come up with different dimensions than what you entered, you may have little recourse to dispute the adjustment fees or even what you bought. So I guess the argument on the other side of the coin is you could be doing everything right? Taking the time to measure everything when you're shipping it and putting that in, the accurate actual dimensions before you run the label. And then USPS gets it, and then they say it's different. Then there's really, what can you do? It's your word against theirs. I think that's the biggest pushback about this is, we're relying on USPS employees to do their job correctly, and sometimes they're winging it. It's, what can you do? You're not really going to be able to do anything. Now, some longtime sellers already say that they put in precise measurements. I make sure that that's in the listing. She gets it. She ships it. I mean, what is your process right now when you ship it?
I remeasure it and we reweigh it, and if it's off by whatever, then I'll change it and make sure that I always give more than like if it comes up like a half, I'll go up to the next pound.
Okay, so what about what Jumpy? I remember Grumpy John. Grumpy John was saying, "Well, why are you doing double work?"
I'm doing double work because a lot of the times I'm bubble and polying. So therefore it's going to be off just a smidge because of the fact that I'm adding bubbles and I'm adding a layer of the poly bag. So, and that never sits flat. So it's got to be done because there have been times when John has put in measurements when he's doing the listing and it's way off and it cost us money. So I'm not gonna follow. I'm just gonna, it doesn't take me very long to do that. It's literally 1 second. So it's worth it because I don't want to be charged anymore.
So in this article, there's a place where people can put their comments, and one commenter noted that most of the shipping is media at flat rates by weight, $4 and 47 cents for a 1 to 16 ounce. And they avoid eBay's label system, and they use pirate ship for domestic postage, only using eBay labels for international shipments. Another person noted that there's growing competition. Like UPS ground is sometimes like they notice it was 1 penny cheaper than USPS ground advantage. I don't know
That
if
would
you guys
not
know.
sway me.
Well, given our situation, the fact that we have good pickup service, it wouldn't sway us either.
Yeah.
Because we're making sure that the dimensions are correct. So the takeaway here is you got to treat each your accurate dimensions as a mandatory practice whenever you're doing your shipping. And it's not enough to eyeball it and say, okay, I think it's this. It's not enough to say, okay, this is what it is when I listed it, because things can change when you're shipping. Like she said, you can add your poly mailer to the outside of the package. You can maybe use a different box, or you cut down the box, or whatever it is. You got to make sure that you have the right one. So audit your shipping presets and listing tools to ensure dimensions are populated, and consider alternatives like UPS maybe if it's kind of problematic for you, because UPS isn't yet punishing people like USPS is, it seems. So you have a few months to get your processes changed and improved, and it's reselling effectively includes processes, so it's not something that is going to throw you off your game. It should be integrated into what you're already doing every day. So
it shouldn't be a hard task to get the weight and the dimensions right. There's no reason to have it wrong or for them to come back at you and charge you more money. It's an easy process to get it right.
And if we're being real about it, these companies, they're trying to find new ways to earn revenue. USPS is trying to find more ways to be self-sufficient. I think they're sort of mandated to be that. And here's just another example. I mean, we get on eBay for finding ways to take money out of our pocket, and here's USPS doing the same thing. So I would be remiss if I didn't talk about it. And I think it was a good article, and just something for resellers to be maybe to be more aware of, and to drill down on their processes a little bit better. So with that said, let's see who we have here with us today. We've got John Gaynor's with us first, and then Tommy Z, and then in it to flip it. Nice to see you guys.
448.
Yeah.
And then Pico.
Yeah. I gotta tell you,
Keith.
Number 147 is
banned.
It's if it comes up in any random number, but that wouldn't be right either. It has to be random.
No, we are not doing 147. It is banned from this channel. Period.
Okay, so check this out. For those of you who are watching us after the fact and can't be here for the live, I didn't even talk this over with Treecat, but we're going to make it happen, darn it. I want to do a drawing.
Don't be mad at us, Michelle.
Yeah, I want to do a drawing for the folks who can't make it on the live.
Yeah.
And so not in the live comments, but in the comments after. Once this video drops as a video, no longer live, put a number between 1 and 300. That might not be enough, huh?
Don't.
Well, what are you going to do? A through Z? I mean, we're going to have a lot of people, so
do
hold on.
500 through 1,000.
You're going to make it difficult?
Yes, I'm making it difficult. So starting number 500 up to 1,000. You have that many. You have 500 numbers to get it right.
Right. So how do we deal with, okay, now if you put a number that's already been taken, that's no good. And you can't do it more than once. So if you do, we're going to delete those comments. If we see a number that's been picked already, or if we see, we have 10 submissions from somebody, those are going to be...
We're going to have to really fine tune that, because there's going to be people that come in a day, 2 days, a week later. How are you going to...
We're going to do a drawing from when this drops as a video to
you have 24
Friday.
Hours or
no, you got
Friday.
Friday we're going to do the drawing on the live on Friday.
Okay. I didn't catch that part.
So that's just the way we're going to roll with it, and that gives you plenty of time, a few days, the rewatch crew a chance to be involved, because I kind of feel bad, that we do sometimes tend to forget about those folks, and they take time to comment on the videos and everything. So and we're going to do a drawing at the end of this show like we normally do, and we'll figure out a numbered system. Maybe it'll be a different set of numbers that we use for this show. So stay with us till the near the end, and we will do that live. Duncan says, happy Tuesday. Crickets and cicadas. Have you been listening better items, listing better items each day? How are sales? Don't start with me already. It's too early in the week. How are sales?
Hey, you're with me 24/7, 365. So there is no wrong day. No, it's more like help for me.
I need a sign.
I need help.
Help me. I'm so tired. She works me to death. So sales, been kind of spotty. Friday weren't very good. $158. This is the main store. The secondary on the main store on Saturday, $376. Yesterday, $423. Not a good weekend. Good weekend needs to be about a $1,500 weekend. That's kind of where we need to be. Today isn't so bad. Less than $200, but we still have the rest of the day to go. I been just all over the place today, so I'm going to be spending a little bit more time tonight getting some listings done after the show, because my focus has been all over the board. But nonetheless, we're sitting a little under 300 items, 291 items, so we're just going to keep pushing. And
I thought you'd be at 400 by now.
Yeah, but I just, every time I get to 300, I make sales, and I'm not making big sales. So that's another problem. I'm not making a lot of the smaller ticket items in the store have been selling. So that's no bueno. Duncan says, Jenna like you KFC for dinner. John, she's just pretending she doesn't like it. No, we got some.
Despise it.
I made some homemade, or making right now as we speak in the crock pot, some homemade vegetable beef soup, and that's prep time took a little time this morning. So but Keith, he became a member? I thought he was already a member.
He just renewed it.
Okay. I was like, wait, he's been a member. But thank you for being a member there, Keith. And Mike.
Hi, Mike.
Who John?
I feel like I've been really missing Mike lately.
I know. I think he's just coming in to say hi and like before we start, and then he's probably busy working.
No, and you want to know what I said? He's busy working, and so he's not, in the chat the whole time. He comes in, he says what he needs to say, and he listens.
Now, believe it or not, we have this mental thing that we keep track of who's here and who's not, and after the show, we'll be like, what happened to so-and-so? Where are they at? I don't know. But, I know you're in the reselling game for the long haul, so we expect you to be with us here. But no, things happen.
I think it's we get so sucked into this this life and the, you know, doing for yourself, working for yourself, handling the business, that you forget that there's an outside world. And, you know, calling random people or calling your family members or I mean, we just don't, we're not like, I mean, he does with his buddies, but we don't like think to call you our family or even friends on a regular basis because we are busy and life gets ahead of us and we need to be better at that.
Yeah, I mean across the board.
Yeah.
But Mike says, "Hi John and Jen and FA family. USPS has always been a little lenient on a half an inch on the dimension, unlike UPS and FedEx.
Yeah.
Guess I'll be more exact with my dimensions from now on. And it's probably going to be to the point where you're taking the tape measure and you line it up on the box and." Man, that box is just a little over like 10 inches, and you're like, well, let's call it 10.
No, don't
you
do
go
it.
go up to the next inch.
I don't care where it falls on the thing. I up it by an inch always.
And have you ever been hit with a FedEx?
Yeah,
fee?
when we got hit with FedEx,
They'll hit
that's
you.
what scared the living crap out of me, is because we were getting charged hundreds of dollars.
Not per package.
More.
It was about
not 18 per package, but all in all, hundreds of dollars more.
Yeah, it was like $18 every time it happened.
And it happened a lot. So it was frightening.
You got to be, and even FedEx went as far as saying, even if you have a box that may kind of, you know how it kind of maybe pushes out, or like maybe you have a box that isn't really all that great, and it's kind of bulging out. Well, that bulge.
Count the bulge.
Like, yeah, well.
Always count the bulge, ladies. Always count the bulge.
Why did you have to take it there?
Hey, I know somebody in the chat was going to say it. I might as well get it started.
Okay, well. Right. We'll just skip that comment. Snoopy Collector is with us. Nice to see you. Keith says, I had a good weekend. There also been lots of planning on business growth to further expand the business this year.
Nice.
That's good. That's good. Glad to hear that somebody's doing great.
And is your employee, can we give your employee a name, or can you tell us her name so that we don't make up a name?
So, I've been getting a lot of stuff lately that I'm picking up that's seasonal. So it's not going to, it's more winterish, and I'm going to do a video on it and stuff, but it's sells year round. I'm going to talk about Christmas stuff, but it sells year round, and I got such a great price on it. I couldn't really pass it up. So like I picked up, normally I get like 50 to 60 items, 60, 70 items in a week to bring home and sell. We had over 140 items last week that we picked up. And I'd say about a good percentage of the items were this particular thing. And it was, it's more of a long haul purchase.
Yeah, it's definitely something that's going to
couple bucks a piece
from one season into the the next year's season.
I'll be talking about, I want to do a deep dive into product research, so maybe do a video on that and kind of have you guys come with me. So stay tuned for that. In it to flip, it says fastest sale of the day, one pre-owned pillow sham, $73, that sold in 15 minutes.
Pre-owned pillow sham for $73?
Well, maybe,
wow!
Maybe it's awesome.
It better be like pure silk.
But here's the thing. Don't you, this kind of makes you feel good that it's sold fast, but it also makes you feel like, man, maybe I had this thing underpriced. Right. But then if you overprice it, maybe you put it up a little higher to $99, it's still sitting there, right? So, you know what? If you got a good deal for it, don't know what you're into it for, but if you got a good deal for it, then be happy you moved it fast. I think that's the goal we want for all of our items. We're no different than eBay. We were trying to maximize our returns. So, the idea that, I mean, most of our items, I'm sure you can go in and slash prices right now, make a little bit of money still, and move them faster. But do we really want to do that?
Spare betting.
Ended to Flippin' wants to know if Keith is back on eBay. I don't know. I don't think he is.
I think he's not by his own choice, but because of his employee pushed him to, I think, is what I would gather.
Wanted to talk about something that I don't know a whole lot about, because we're actually don't have a lot of product to make this thing work. But Josh on his show this morning, Josh Galt on his live, was diving into a topic of Poshmark and how they are suspending accounts even more so than before.
I read that too.
And you know, if you make a sale on eBay, right, and you're using a cross-listing program like Treecat, which will automatically delist the item off of eBay when you make a sale on Poshmark, or if you make a sale on eBay, it'll take it off of Poshmark. But if you get too many sales on eBay and it's just simply deleting items on Poshmark, then that looks like there's some weird, I don't know, some activity that they don't want. They don't want you end item sell similar all that often, more than once every 60 days on Poshmark. And it's apparently something that they're suspending people over. So I'm wondering, if you guys sell on Poshmark, how many of you guys have been suspended? Is it worth even selling on Poshmark if they're going to make you have to, I don't see a world where you can sell on both platforms. If you're selling, let's say, clothing, and you have, a good presence on eBay, how can you really get your stuff over onto Poshmark if they're going to do this? And that's a concern I have. Good thing now Treecat is expanding to other platforms, and they're working on that right now as we speak. But what do you guys think about that? What's your thoughts?
I don't like it because of the fact that how does Poshmark know, or any other platform for that matter, know that you're not having trouble with your store and you have to do some kind of weird, end and relist or whatever. Maybe there was a situation that was out of your control. I don't think that it's fair, and I don't think that Poshmark should be suspending people for something like that. If they see fraud or some kind of a scam brewing within messages or something, yeah, that's fair. But just for removing your listings, and maybe you want to take different pictures, or I don't agree with it at all.
And I think people are able to do it. I think some sellers are able to dispute the suspension, and I heard someone got suspended 8 times. How do you get suspended 8 times?
Yeah, that's just
It's like, you're suspended. Okay, well, can I have another chance? Okay, you got another chance. It's like that kid who gets in trouble all the time, and he just talks his mom out of being. Can I just go outside, please? I'll behave, and then he goes outside.
I won't do it again.
Causes problems again, and he's back in trouble. I've seen that before. Cheryl says hello, or Shopping with Cheryl says hello, Jen and John. How is your concert night out? Okay.
It was good.
We had a good night. It was fun. I can tell you that the venue probably was more at fault than anyone else was. It just the music kind of overpowered the vocals a little bit. But the way they did the concert, they had the groups, and then they had the solo acts. So each artist seemed to, like, you had like New Edition, Boys the Men. You had Tony Braxton. What am I doing?
Rattling the whole screen.
Am I rattling the screen?
Yeah.
Oh, how is that rattling? Oh, I see, because it's touching here. Yeah, I know. We're not having an earthquake. Okay. It's something I have to fix for the next show. Mm-hmm. But nonetheless, so each group had artists that did solo stuff throughout their career. Like Belle Biv DeVoe did like their own group. Well, she was always a solo thing. And but you had New Edition. They had individual artists and stuff that did their thing, and so they all kind of took turns instead of having like one act go and then you have the next group and the next group. They all kind of took turns, which was really cool. Mm-hmm. And it was went from like 8 something to like almost midnight. Yeah,
it was a very long concert. I was done.
But I was thoroughly entertained. The time went by very fast, so that's always a good one. So, Duncan says, hit the like for a free INAD and 10 returns. Did you get more returns, John? Yeah, actually, I did get another return. But these are like the residual returns that are coming in that were filed. So I mean, knock on wood, without shaking the house here.
What's wrong with the lighting over here?
What's wrong? The lighting for you, or am I dark?
It's right here.
I'm kind of dark. I don't know.
I don't know why that's happening.
I don't know. I can't explain it.
Whatever.
So
I don't even care.
it's not that bad, I don't think.
I don't care
But
anymore.
can't be perfect, darn it. Keith says, personally, no, but my employee showed interest in starting it back up, eBay back up. So I let her run with the original account. I told her she got 6 months to see what she can do, and we'll review it after that.
Yes.
So
Don't do that.
So there you go. There's your brightness, honey.
No, I don't need it that way.
That's bright now. That's the way it's going to be.
I need to get my sunglasses.
You're a reseller boss there, Keith. In it to flip it says, interesting. Since you're no longer counting on the eBay money, this is a good time to do some testing on different things. Always a good time to do testing on things in your business to see what works and what doesn't. Keith says she also only do the eBay side, or can only do eBay side on her own time at the end of the day when we're winding down.
Yeah.
We have Michael Mullet. My dudes, January was the hardest month I've had since I started a year and a half ago. I'm still here and kicking, ready for the like sale. There you go. Hit the like button. Get the sale within the next 24 hours. I don't know why or how it works, but we just put that positive karma out there for you guys. Henri Squaw says, howdy, John, Jen, and FA chat family. I had a fantastic sales weekend, so glad it turned around. I'd love to hear that. Love to hear Keith says what they do is they turn unwanted electronics into working kits, spare parts, and scrap. Repair, reuse, recycle, 3 income streams from one process. That's awesome.
That's amazing.
Yeah, and Duncan wants to know, could you ever go back to work for someone else? No, I can't.
Absolutely not.
I'm too wired to do my own thing.
I'm too hard-headed, and I have a talk-back mouth, and I will not change for the better.
Facts. Duncan says, I find picking sold items the night before saves time. It does. Normally we do that like on Sunday night, but we just didn't do that.
No.
We kind of turned in early last night, watched some shows. Time to Sell Collectibles says, hello, FA Live viewers. John and Jenna, the groundhog who said 6 more weeks of winter. It is going on 13 days now, below 32 degrees. Got it to 31.
I hear this weekend's supposed to be just as bad.
And Thomas has a tip for Duncan. I find picking his nose the night before saves tissues in the morning.
You guys are so funny.
Tommy Z says, many thanks for the live to the most awesome reselling couple on the web. Thank you for all the knowledge. Well, thank you for being here. It's awesome. You guys, like clockwork, you guys are here with us like every time we go live, which is cool. We got Josh Galt. Nice to see you, Josh.
I think you skipped a lot.
I didn't. It's this thing skipped it. This thing likes to jump. You know that. Anybody who uses OBS Studio and uses this pop-out chat will know that this thing likes to jump all over the place. Let's see. We got Keith says the employee said that some parts are good to sell instead of sending out to refiners. So yeah, she's listing some parts and other stuff she won't let me scrap out. Yeah. Andy Reno is with us. What's going on, FAE family? Nice to see you. And then Joe says PPP last Saturday was great. Now we had special guests. So those of you who didn't watch it, we had Pete, the goat right here, Craigslist Hunter. And we had Commonwealth Picker, and we had James Helferstay. We also had a little...
I didn't know they were there.
Yep. You didn't watch the show.
No, I didn't watch it, but I didn't... I can usually hear it, and I didn't hear... I only heard Pete.
Yep. The Keith was there, and James Helferstay. Okay. We have Kathy Ann Gallant says hi. Nice to see you.
Hello, Kathy.
Michael says the video looks super crispy. Good stuff. Love it.
Yeah, it's almost too crispy.
Kelly Deb says hello, John and Jenna and everyone. You guys actually get to see how ugly I am. I can't rely anymore on pixelization to kind of smooth things out.
Yeah, we need to get a filter.
Flip It Good says happy Monday.
Happy Monday.
She agree with that statement. See, you guys are supposed to agree with that statement. She's not supposed to agree with that statement. So
no, I don't mean for you. I just
you didn't correct it. That was your test. You failed. Henri Squaw says, will you still get fined? Will you still get fined if your dimensions are over?
Are over? No.
Well, think about it like this. If you go over, because they use dimensions and weight to figure out what you're paying. So it's not enough to just rely on weight with USPS. They're looking at your dimensions. So it's only going to hurt you to oversize a package. You're
Yeah,
probably
don't do
paying.
that because of the fact that, like, for instance, there's sometimes where if he is an inch too short, and I have to up it by an inch, it adds like $3 or $4 to the
It
shipping.
can.
And so just try your best to not go over too much.
You see it blink at you? The camera blinked at you? You're doing the hand gesture thing. I don't think it wants you to throw signals at it. This is one of those cameras that does that. I think I have it turned off. We got Cha-Ching King with us. Thank you for the super chat.
Hello.
Nice to see you, Scott.
How are you?
Hopefully all's well with you.
Scott.
Yeah, that's his name. What do you think his name was? Lewis?
Oh, it is Scott. I don't know what I'm talking about.
We're not going to name him like we did Todd, right?
No.
Can't do that.
No,
He's too nice
Todd
of a guy.
Todd is Todd.
Yeah, and there's Todd. Nice to see you,
Hi,
Todd.
Todd.
Andy Reno says, so what if your dimensions you enter are actually larger than the package? So that's the same question. I think you're just overcharging yourself for shipping in some cases. So don't
try not to do that.
You may find that from 1 inch to the 1 inch or two, you might see the same price, but you may also find that actually will increase your price. And we need to save as much money as we can when we're shipping. I think that's the big thing. Todd says, I had 2,200 people on my live show this morning. I was rated by a big channel. I heard that. I heard that. I had a chance to catch a little bit.
2,200 people?
I had a chance to catch a little of Primo's show, and I heard about that. I have an item not received case, and that's what I'm dealing with right now. So this is some auto parts that we shipped before the storm. It was supposed to arrive there I believe, on Thursday.
Arrive where?
Florida.
Oh.
So they opened, it's like immediately after that delivery window went through, they immediately the next day opened an item not received case.
Maybe they didn't watch the news.
Well, see, this is what they do. Some buyers know that you can open an item not received case. Now the onus is on the seller. Seller has to follow through. If that seller just ignores the case, so they're giving me until tomorrow, the 3rd of February, to resolve the issue. Now, of course, you go in and you upload the tracking, confirm the tracking, even put a note, hey, this package was affected by the weather. Can you please remain patient, kind of thing. But here I am. The last update shows on yesterday that it went through Memphis. So we know from Memphis to Florida, there's still another 2 to 3 days on that, right? So it ain't getting there tomorrow when this case needs to be resolved. So, okay, this is time. Now, normally I would just say, okay, tomorrow comes, I'll give them their money back and just deal with eBay. But wanted to see how eBay was going to handle this. So, of course, requested the callback. 15 minutes, got the callback. And they told me that, don't worry, that we'll give you extra time. But she's like, don't worry about it. We'll give you extra time. The notes are here. So the buyer, they contact us to try to resolve this thing. That agent is not going to close the case, because once they close the case without you resolving it, that's a defect on you. Now, I really don't want to press my luck, but at the same time, I don't want to put it in eBay's hands to give me a refund. I'm gonna have to call back later to have them make me whole, because I give them a refund tomorrow. It gets delivered on Thursday, and here we have to go and get this thing unwound. I am very confident it's going to arrive. It's not like it's one of those item not received cases where it's like 10 days have passed and there's just nothing on this package. And this is part of the thing. Part of what I was trying to say when we were talking about it last week was calling out to eBay to maybe not allow buyers to open an item not received case because of the weather, or maybe tell buyers, you can open a case, but we're giving the sellers a little more time to resolve it. These are all things that eBay could have done, but they haven't done it. And instead, I had to call and make sure that it's being taken care of. So I will report to you guys what I find out on that and how it turns out, because I received a defect on an item not received case before, and it was just me I uploaded the tracking, confirmed the tracking, but it still said I had until this date to deal with it, and it just, because it's not on your overview anymore, it slipped my mind and it became a defect. So I'm not having that happen again. Ping G's with us. Nice to see you, Ping
Hi,
G.
Ping.
And let's see. Michael says FedEx has sent me back money for putting higher dimensions, but USPS never has. A almost always go over, especially on FedEx. Yeah.
Oh yeah, FedEx is. I'm afraid of FedEx. I'm messing that
Well,
up.
because our account rep that we were dealing with was like, "Hey, this is the way it works. I mean, got to make sure this thing is shipped in cardboard. Can't be in some other kind of packing material because they will hit you with a fee."
Yeah, no box in a bag. No,
Not for FedEx.
not for
Not
FedEx.
for FedEx.
Bad.
Travis in Dallas says, "Get this, the new PMG guy is from FedEx." What a shock, right?
PMG? What is PMG?
That is a good question.
Prime? No. PMG are the only thing new that was a sign that I know about is the guy that's doing the treasury or the parcel management group.
I don't know. I would love to know what that is. So if you can help me out, maybe he's going to put that down below. So just keep an eye out for it.
Parcel management group? Is that what you mean?
I don't know. We'll find out. I don't know. It's an acronym I don't really have an answer for. But Thomas S. says, that will cause a mess with the post office. Their lasers and scales are always messed up. They are messed up more than the UPS's scales. The same company fixes them. It's automatic by lasers.
Wow.
And I know that's what FedEx does. They use lasers as well. So
yeah. Postmaster General. Oh my God.
Yes.
There's way too many. You know when Tyler calls me, he uses all of the military verbiage now, and so he will spit out initials of all the things, and I'm just like, I have no idea what you're talking about. Can you please say it in layman's terms, because I don't know what you're saying.
So apparently with Todd's situation that today on his channel on his live, I guess there was a big silver coin channel, international stacker.
That's awesome.
They finished their live and brought his folks. How do you do that? I was trying to figure out how to do that on Fridays
YouTube,
for.
though?
I was trying to figure out how to do that on Fridays for Beard's channel to get everyone from this channel over to his. Maybe we'll try it this week. I don't even know if he watches my channel. And
he got 168 new subs today.
That's awesome.
Wow, that's awesome.
That is awesome. And all because they saw your hand. And they said, you know what? I got to see more of that hand.
Yeah.
Let's see. Keith says, is it me or has John lost weight? Good on you. If I have, and Jenna's chair broke, it looks kind of low.
No, my chair's not broke. Just high. His is just really high.
I got the
yes,
big boy
he has lost weight.
Have I?
Yeah, I can see it. It's mostly here. I can see it.
Mostly in my head. Like maybe I lost some of my brain.
Yeah.
Okay. That's what it is. I lost some of my brain. I'm not as smart as I used to be. Let's see. Biff says measure twice, cut once isn't double work. Or in the kitchen, make it nice, make it twice. On the packaging.
Measure twice, cut once. Oh yeah.
Let's see. We got Spam and Primo says to Todd, we're gonna get reach from that video. That was fun. So here's the question though: how come you didn't send those folks somewhere else when you were done? Pass it on.
Couldn't. Maybe he didn't know who was live or didn't know.
And how did they know to? I mean, there's got to be a way. Someone tell me how you do that. It must have been on the fly, unless they went in their settings and did it, but that takes a little calculation.
Also, maybe it was on the other thing. You can't maybe do it from OBS.
Well, but I can still control things from my studio. Dark Horse says, I can't know until I drop off for shipping. I just said it. I don't know.
Oh, that's not good, buddy.
But wait, you're packaging the item up, so then at some point you package it and then run the label. I hope you're not running the label and then packaging it up, because if you do that, it's kind of you're gonna get yourself. You might get hit with that fee.
Yeah, just be real careful.
You could know. I think at this point, I think it would require you to change your processes. Now that's not comfortable to change. This is easier for me, but. This is one of those things that might require you to change processes. You get enough of those $1.50 fees hit on your account, it'll make you.
It adds up. It'll make you change.
Thomas says UPS punishes you with a $5 correction fee. Pirate Ship is now going to impose fines for me. Anything they do adjustments.
They don't do it.
I've received email from Pirate Ship before where it's like, they gave me some money back because maybe the package was lighter than what we reported it, or it was the wrong dimensions where when they resized it, it was actually $1 more or whatever.
Yeah.
I've seen that happen. So they certainly will pass on those fees to you, though.
Yeah, they will definitely.
And this was the question that I had. What a lot of, see, on Pirate Ship, you have a place where you can put your envelope, right? And in the past, you'd put just the 2 dimensions. So it might be a 12 by 10 poly mailer that you used. And that's what you put in there. And there is no 3rd dimension on that. But you don't see that on eBay labels. You have 3 dimensions. So at this point, what I would recommend is, package it all up, whether it's box or poly mailer, and measure it. Okay? Measure that and even the thickness of the poly mailer and put that as the 3rd dimension. And that may mean that you're using the box dimension size and avoiding the envelope unless you're actually using an envelope. Let's see. Who else do we have here? I don't see any new ones. Okay, Maypole says, hi all. Happy Monday. Hope all is well. Nice to see you.
We hope you are well as well and warm and not in a place where it's snowy.
How about Nose Attic says, hey guys, how you had a great weekend?
Hope you had.
It says how.
I know.
I'm only reading the words that are put in front of me. I'm sorry. I can't.
Yeah, but sometimes you don't even do that.
I know. That's the scary thing. Let's see. Dark Horse says, my views are slowly populating again. I'm not sure it wasn't just a reporting problem. My pricing was a little high. I think most resellers have that problem. We want the most for our item and we price our items high. I will look at what is the item selling for. Now, I'm then looking at, okay, I know it's going to come down 10% and then another 10% on that. So 10% on the markdown sale, 10% on the coupon. And so how do I get it to where it's close to the median price after those things happen? Jody Triple J Resellers says, hi, John, Jen, and FAE chat. Happy Monday. Listening and listening today. Have a great week all. Well, thank you for being here. Double R says, will you be punished if not right but bigger? Say the box is 864 and you enter 1075. Would you get the fee? I don't think it's going to hurt you if it's more.
Yeah, not if it's more. It's only if it's less.
Yeah, and so because you're just opening yourself up to pay more postage. Keith says, John, Jenna, don't need to work you to death. You do that yourself without help.
That's exactly right. That's exactly facts.
Yeah, but it's not. I consider it purpose. It's more purpose than, I got to go back to work. So I weigh. This is kind of how I get motivation. So I weigh. Well, what if I just sit after we're done with the live? We have dinner. What happens if I just sit around and watch TV? Well, that means that my store is going to get smaller if I make some more sales tonight, and there's no way I can grow the store and get more inventory up. I also know that I have another 60 to 80 items coming this week.
60 to 80?
Yep.
Jonathan!
Don't call me that. That's a private word.
It's your God-given or your mama-given name.
So anyway, I know more items are coming. And so it's like I have stuff that I need to go through. I need to get stuff up. Okay. And just the more stuff that you have to work with, the more pressure it is to get it up. And that's kind of what I know I need to do. So I'm not going to fall back and I'm not going to get comfortable. I'm going to work my butt off until we get this thing right. Because goals don't happen if you just sit on your butt. You got to be willing to work. Now, Dark Horse says, my sales are dead since January. That wasn't too long ago.
That wasn't too long ago.
Last sale was late December for me. Well, that's...
Oh, my gosh.
How many items do you have up on your account? Because that plays a part in it, too. Henri Squaw says, we are making pork fried rice for dinner.
Pork fried? I've never had pork fried. Have you?
Yeah, I have. I had the combo fried rice.
I'm not really a big pork person, but that does sound...
Got JRKR Jen is with us.
Hello, Jen.
Mark Sudick, haven't seen you in a while, says 7:20 for the drawing
Hi.
for the after the live for the live today, number 532. So here it is, Mark. I'm not gonna eBay's not gonna eBay. YouTube's not gonna show me the live comments after this becomes a video. So you'll need to go in and put your numbers in the chat, or not chat, but the comment section. But we're not doing the drawing yet, so wait till the end because I don't even know what range he is. I don't know what range of numbers we're going to use for that. Keith says, speaking of who's not here, where's Derek W. Pat? He wasn't here last show.
That he wasn't here on Friday also, so that makes me worried.
I hope he's okay. Derek, if you're here, let us know in the comments that you're okay.
We want to make sure you're okay.
Todd says there's an outside world. Don't tell Lag. I don't really see Lag doesn't.
Lag doesn't come in here very often. Sometimes, but not often.
I don't know why that is. Thomas S says, so once again, I ran a promotion for the week and sales are slow. After promotion ended, sales went crazy. It happened before anyone else had this issue. I ran a 15% discount. I have heard that if you allow your sale to lapse, now this could be a strategy, something to look into, because I run my sales every 2 weeks and I have them scheduled out. So my sale ends at 11:59 p.m. on a Sunday night and they start back up at midnight Monday morning. Now, what would happen if you allowed, say, the Sunday to be your last day of the sale, and then Monday was a day that there was no sale, and then you allow that sale to start up on Tuesday? I'm curious what that would do. I don't know. I don't know how this doesn't make sense to me, how after the sale is over with, how that would appeal to someone at that point to now buy your item. So someone help me understand that. We got Basket Noodle admits that he has his own dimension. I'm not even going to go there with that.
Nope, let's keep going.
Not even going to go there with that. No over-reporting there, Basket Noodle. Devon says, shipping prices are killing my sales. It can be what's hurting your conversion. So we've gone in and changed some things. We've actually started doing some free shipping, eliminated the calculated shipping for some of those items, and brought our pricing up a little bit so that we can absorb the cost to ship the item. So I can't say that's really helped us yet because the sales haven't really picked up. But, again, I think it's a lot of what our success is tied into the quality of the stuff that we're getting. And it just kind of comes in waves. We can get really good stuff and we can get really kind of like, oh, is there a lot of demand for this stuff? For instance, I got this thing I've never seen before, but the price was right. It was only a couple bucks. And there's someone that sold something similar for like $70. So I'm like, okay, I'll take a chance on this. And it is a puzzle. It's like a wooden puzzle. And it has like these triangles inside that you got to put in the right order. And it's for an escape room. Oh. So you kind of put it on the wall and then the person has to put the triangles on there to make the perfect square, and there's like 10 different triangles. And you think, like, what is this, an escape room for like a kindergarten? I don't know. Maybe that's how they get to go to lunch. I don't know, but you got to put the puzzle together, and then it says door unlocked, and then it is supposed to be linked to your door, and it unlocks the door to go to the next one. Kind of cool. And I thought, well, you know what? Someone would probably buy that, pick it up for $2, sell it like the other one for $70 or $80. So we'll see how that goes. I'm not there yet. I'm not there yet. Dark Horse says, should resolve itself in time. It made a lot of recent changes to live items and prices are higher. Yeah, I think you just got to keep tweaking things. Yeah. Now, got a shout out to our friend Kevin Hawthorne. Nice to see you, Kevin.
I hope you're staying warm.
Shopping with Cheryl says, shh, I tell people that I have a social life. I go to a meetup on Monday and Friday.
Me too.
Yeah, Resellers Anonymous.
Yeah.
That's right. Inna Flippin says, what? I was reading the chat. What about a bulge?
Hey. Keep it to
Ask Basket Noodle about that.
Keep it to yourself.
He might indulge in the bulge. Boxes and bulges. Yeah, flipping ain't easy. Todd, I don't want to hear about that.
Bulges are always bad. No, they're not.
No, he says aren't always bad.
Oh.
Dark Horse is free shipping on all clothing and apparel moving forward also. There you go. I think a lot of sellers who sell clothing are doing that.
Oh, yeah,
Let's see. Time to sell collectibles says
Oh,
FedEx.
her name is Sarah. Sarah is her name.
Okay. Time to sell collectibles says FedEx hit me with a $35 handling fee for putting a poly bag over original package box.
Yes, don't ever
Yeah.
do that. That's
And
what
see,
we got in trouble
the idea,
for.
you might say, why in the world would you want to put a poly bag over a box? Well, maybe you don't want the world to know what the hell you just shipped somebody. You know, it might be the actual retail packaging. And why is this thing flashing at me? I don't know. The retail packaging for whatever you just sold them, and you know, Porch Pirate could walk by and go, "Ooh, that's an iPad or something. I'm gonna go and take that." So no, you just it's a practice that. And anybody remember Finger Hut back in the 80s? Remember Finger Hut?
Yeah, my grandma used to get their magazine.
So my mom, when I was a kid, I had to have that Sony Walkman, right? And so she got me the Sony
Finger Hut.
and she ordered it through Finger Hut, and it came in a white poly mailer, and that's kind of like yeah, it makes sense. You know, you don't want that was a hot item back then, you know, and so I don't know when Porch Pirates started becoming a thing, but I'm sure they had them back in the 80s. Let's see. Let's see. Silver Hair says, "Hope your buyer isn't a scammer. That would make it a sham scam."
Oh yeah, for the pillow sham.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I did look them up. Those are some expensive bedding. Aye.
Mark says, "You will make more this way. Flipping ain't easy. Even 50 small sales add up. It adds up, right? But I can tell you, our success last year was due to having fewer items sold at a higher ASP. If anybody followed what we did last year, you noticed that our number of items were down for most of the year, and our ASP was up, and our actual take home was up.
Mm-hmm.
Rough economy too.
I would
but
much rather package up a large, big, bulky $100, $200 more item than 50 small little trinkets.
Yeah. And you know, we're doing a little bit more work on the secondary store. I mean, and it's not really showing a whole lot on the secondary store. Not really great sales at all. But I'm getting a lot more, like the item I'm going to talk about in a future video. Not going to really, you know, say what it is right now, but um, it's seasonal. So why would I want to put a seasonal item that's not performing very well this time of year and in the summer on my main account to only hurt my conversion? Now the secondary store is like an everything, you know, we just throw
every season all at one time.
Yeah.
Just throw it out at
you. Yeah, we just, you know, we don't put a lot of importance on performance on that store, even though we'd love to have good sales days.
We just let it do its thing.
Yeah. And I guess, you know, that would be one of those things like the retirement model of reselling. Not Todd retirement. Todd's like a pro. I'm talking about, like, I got things up and I'm doing this for a hobby. If I make sales, great. I'll take time to ship it, and if not, then I don't. So
Todd is reach. Remember?
Yes.
Oh my gosh, my eyes will not stop watering.
You done playing with your eyes?
No.
Let's see. We got Basket says, "I bet whiskers, boxes, and bulges that the reason the USPS is getting dimensionally erect is UPS, as they do a lot of the ground freighting. They got the contract year ago, last August." Yeah. Oh my goodness. It was too early in the show to be talking like this, sir.
Well, apparently it's not too early in the day.
Ping G agrees. No bag in a box with FedEx.
Yeah, don't ever do it.
Devon's been selling more, still a lot of Posh. And
that's good.
Now, are you cross-listing Devon? And I mean, I don't know if you're using Treecat, but are you, of course, you're cross-listing, then you are deleting it off. So if it sells on eBay, you're then going over to Poshmark to remove it. Have you received any warnings? Has anybody received any warnings from that kind of thing? Henri Squaw says, "I have not been suspended, and I am deleting my eBay and Mercari solds." Okay, so that's good to know. How often are you selling? See, that could be frequency too. How often are you selling?
Yeah.
If you're, you know, dealing with 1,000, 2,000 items in your eBay store and 1,000, 2,000 items in Poshmark, and you're, you know, you're getting more activity like that Poshmark doesn't want. I don't know. I guess we'll have to see. It's good to hear that it's not happening as much as I thought it was. Dark Horse says, "Poshmark wants to be your one and only clothing resale location." Yeah. I think they're all in competition, but I think they're doing themselves a disservice if they say to sellers, you either have to sell your item on eBay or you have to sell it on Poshmark. And this idea that sellers are going to divvy it up. Okay, I'll put half of my items on eBay and half of them on Poshmark. Just doesn't even make sense. So we'll see what happens with that. We'll try to get more update on that. Keith says, John, tell Treecat to expand to UK sellers.
They're working on it.
There's lots of things they're working on.
Lots of things that are happening in the background for Treecat. Lots more to come. This year is going to be a big year for Treecat.
Silverhair says, cha-ching, more electric plugs out the door for $65 plus shipping.
Yeah.
Awesome. Ina DeFlippin says, whoops, it is $448. Yes, I could get more, but I have a small stack of Saphira, just clearing it out. What's Saphira?
It's the pillow sham that she put up for $70-something. But wow, where did you get all that?
Time's Up Collectible says, Posh wants your sales after they gave you all those free shipping boxes.
That's true.
But they didn't do it. Here's the thing. They were sort of like they
were just the
platform that was used to announce these boxes, right? And they didn't. I'm sure they didn't pay for these. USPS. Look, I don't have all the facts behind it, but I'm pretty sure that was all paid for by USPS, and they just reached out to Poshmark to help them get the word out. Yeah. Alicia says, "Hi, John and Jenna. I hope you're both doing well. We're doing fine. Thank you. Have some awesome vegetable beef soup here pretty soon.
It's just.
Let's see. Dark Horse. I think they're talking sidebar convo, so we'll skip that a little bit. Andy Reno says, bright lights. Is it too bright for you guys?
Yeah, it's very bright. It's really, I think that's what's happening to my eyes.
What's happening to your eyes?
They're watering like crazy.
Well, stop looking into the light. I'm
not looking at the light.
I think if I go to I think it looks fine. Anyway, so Alicia says, my eBay sales have slowed down. Calling shenanigans. Had to start my Posh shows back up this month. It sucks out my energy.
Yeah.
So you got to go to plan B and get the shows going again.
Yeah. Hopefully that's not for too long.
Basket says, you a talk back mouth Jenna. No. Does your neck do that half semicircle stuff? That stuff is really, really scary.
It can when you piss me off enough. I'm in a different era now, and it's not usually good for the person on the other side.
Keith says, love the PPP show, and Todd says, that was the quietest I've ever heard Primo on the PPP.
Yeah, I didn't hear him talking at all. I didn't hear Scott. I didn't hear Josh. I didn't hear you. Actually, I heard you a couple times, but
we had questions for the guys.
That's what I heard.
And you know what? Who knows? We might have more guests like that in the future. It's kind of fun to have those folks. Let's see. Gail Carlson says, have my second store open now. Made sales and have been 2 weeks waiting to get paid. That's awesome.
What? Oh.
Yeah, waiting to get paid on the second store. Andy says, I have to. Did you say he's an inch too short?
No, John has not lost any inches as far as I understand.
Nonetheless, let's move on. That's a basket noodle comment. Ina DeFlippin says, this morning I had a payment dispute end in my favor. However, I still refunded the buyer. Little old lady who didn't know how to do a return. She mailed a jacket back to me on her own.
Aw. Yeah, sometimes you just have to do what's right.
Let's see. Basket says, John looks okay if he kept the mustache and got rid of the squirrel scrapers under his chin.
No, we tried that one time. Do you remember?
I don't want the 70s stash.
I do not like. Actually, Tyler is sporting the 70s stash right now, believe it or not. And I cannot tell you how much I hate it.
Yeah, we'd have to have some pretty questionable background music on these lives if I sported that stash.
Yeah, John tried it like, I don't know, 10 years.
I never tried it.
Yes, you did.
I never.
Remember?
It might have been an accident.
I have pictures of it, so I know.
It might have been an accident. You know when you're shaving and
we
you're
were
like,
at
oh
my
crap.
mom's house. Don't you remember when you shaved all of it off?
Okay.
And you're like, I feel so naked. Yeah.
I'm never doing that
I did
again.
not like it at all.
Cheryl says, I know Nashville and Memphis USPS is still a huge mess at moving anything. Heck, I am not getting mail delivered.
Not getting mail delivered. Wow. That's awful.
Cooked Flipper says, hey guys, was wondering if you could give me advice on an order. Sure.
Of course.
Shoot your question in the chat.
If you want to put it in the chat, if it's something that you would like all of us to see, otherwise send us an email.
Flippin' Ain't Easy 2020 at gmail.com.
Take a look at it.
Bachelor Brad is with us. Basket says eyeliner is real popular in many male-driven channels these days too. Not gonna wear that. Thrift Gorilla says I made it to a live, but I'm sick.
Aww.
Watching from the sidelines today. I hope you're doing well, John and Jenna.
I hope you're doing well.
Yeah.
I hope you get better very, very quickly.
We're having some vegetable soup. That's what you should have. Something like that. Yeah. Get well. Cook Flipper says sold a Meta Ray-Ban display. So I think that's okay. You're talking about a display for those glasses for $1,300 early December. Buyer opened a return case in January. Claimed they stopped working. He contacted Meta. They told him that they will replace the unit with a Best Buy receipt. Week later, the buyer closed the case themselves. Today, I get an email from eBay stating I have to provide a return label or they'll take $1,300 from my account in 3 days. What do you do? Well, so you get a message. That doesn't make sense because, so the buyer probably called eBay, opened a case. And now the good news is eBay didn't cite in the buyer's favor and ding your account. Yeah. At this point, I'd comply with what eBay's telling you to do because you still have some seller protection here. The last thing you want to do is not follow their instructions. So go to Pirate Ship, create a label, put your details in the from buyers to the to, put your information in the to and the buyers in the from. And just do like a screenshot of it and paste it in the messages. If there's a place to put it in the case, put it there, and then see what happens. Here's the deal. On something like that, the buyer has to return the item, and if it's within your return window, it should still be a valid return. I guess eBay is now allowing them to reopen the return if it's still within your return window. You may want to, and I cringe when I say this, but this is sort of a unique thing. You may want to have eBay contact you so that, and don't just talk to the first person. Yeah. They're going to want some background, but say, look, I need the returns department and I need to get someone on the phone from that department who can go over this with me as to why this is happening.
Isn't it like the dispute department?
Well, that would be once the case is closed, but this is still this is a return. So why are you opening up a return that the buyer closed? So I would go that route. I know it's cringy. We don't want to deal with eBay, especially deal with their phone service, but this may be the best way to do it. Now you can go under your eBay. There's like a little question mark that pops up on the bottom, like of your active listings. Click on that and it should give you some options, and you may only end up talking to a chat bot, but then have someone call me and it should give you the option to have someone call you.
Bye, Devon. We love
you. Let's see. Yeah, I know Rumble you can rate other channels, but YouTube? Yeah. I was trying to do that with Beard's channel and it didn't work out. So we're going to try to work on to see how we can make that happen for Friday and get. I guess Derek W. Pat and Beard have like gone MIA. Where's Beard at? He usually comes and hangs out with us.
Well, he comes and makes an appearance and then.
Todd says John lost cheek fat.
I feel like it's a little slim.
Debbie Shukar says Steakums and flipping ain't easy. It doesn't get much better than this. That's awesome. Those actually sound good. Oh, those little thin steaks that you have to cook up and you make them in like little cheesesteaks. Yeah, that's the good stuff. Good stuff. Todd says, I am a member of their channel. They just rated for fun. It was a big surprise. Made my day. Gwen said, oh, that's nice. LOL. That's awesome. Biff says, I got a FedEx penalty maybe 6 years ago and never used them again. Mm-hmm. I mean,
it's definitely frightening when they come taking money out of your account. Let me tell you.
Mark says, I was just saying pirate ship isn't frowned upon. I always give a little extra on the measurements and I can do the work to make the process. Okay. Rocket Man reseller, definitely do not use 1 inch for a poly mailer if the thickness is larger.
Yeah.
Right. Life is short. Mike G says, good evening. Sales were strong for January, down 10.6% compared to last year, but I'm okay with it because I'm working much less. Actually surprised to do over 21,000. That's still good, man.
Nice.
It's all in perspective.
Yeah.
You know, someone that did 21,000 in a month would be like, wow, that's outstanding. And someone else might be like, this, my business is coming to an end. You know, it just depends on who you're talking to. Ping G says, I believe Poshmark negotiated these rates with USPS. They are the ones that got the Ground Advantage boxes for their sellers. No. Yeah, they did get it on the their site. Again, these boxes are not branded Poshmark in any way, shape, or form. They're still paid for and put out, from what I understand, by USPS through Victory Packaging, and Victory Packaging does the the groundwork to get those boxes out. Dark Horses, I'm getting more items up soon. Just 8 items at the moment. I'd love to get to 25 fast. So what you'll notice is on an everything store, I noticed that for every 100 items, you're probably going to get 1 sale a day. Some a little bit more frequent, some a little bit less. Could be like 150 to 200 items for 1 sale in a day. So by only having like 8 to 10 to 15 items, it's going to take a few days. And I mean, you didn't get any sales in January. It's just variance. It's no different than someone with a big store going, I didn't get any sales today, but you're still getting views and traffic to your listings. Eventually you'll get good sales. You just got to keep putting in the work and making sure your items are optimized. Todd says, fried rice with anything is great. I would probably eat possum fried rice.
Oh God, no.
That's what you guys do there in the South, right? That's kind of normal. Thrift Gorilla says, have you seen an uptick in unruly buyers? I've gotten the shaft as of late with some wackos and dishonest buyers. Hopefully that changes soon.
Yeah.
I mean, I think everyone gets their cycle of these buyers. We don't want them. So anybody who wants to try one for yourself, you're welcome to take my next wacko buyer. Time to Sell Collectibles says, pirate ship charged PayPal $1 for a 1 cent undercharge when Washington State initiated an increase to road service fees after the label was purchased, then credited me 99 cents on the next label purchase.
So then what was the whole point?
That's to get back their 1 cent. I guess they can't just charge 1 cent to PayPal.
For heaven's sakes.
Keith says, wait, what? There's an outside world I never see. It's dark when I go into work and dark when I leave. Yeah, that's right. There's a actual place you can go.
There is an actual world outside, and I don't like to be in it very often.
Baskin says, basically speaking, as retail and such gives these folks the "we are done with you," they will likely parasite to guess where. Yep. Todd says, when you turn 70 like me, every room is an escape room. Will I make it out alive? Aaron smiles today. Says, my Posh sales are fantastic. eBay was down 60% in January compared to last January.
Ouch.
So,
well, that's good that you're still getting consistent Posh sales. Yeah.
Have you? Do you sell them? You sell them both, but are you using a cross listing tool to do that? And if so, does that cross listing tool remove the item from Poshmark when it sells on eBay? And have you received any kind of messages from Poshmark that you're doing something wrong? Whoops! This thing skipped me down. Bear with me a second here. Let's see here. Basket says, I have a friend. Yes, I do. That has a FedEx subcontractor, got his own van, just the FedEx branding on it. They like to pack every square inch.
Yeah.
Jovial. There's Jovial Juggler. What in the world? Late to the show, and all I'm hearing is bulges, packages, and measuring inches. What the devil's going on?
It's exactly what you think is going on.
We're calling
Rhonda.
you. We're calling you out.
Yeah, your ears must have been burning.
Susan Phelps says, I cross-list from eBay to Posh, Depop, Facebook, and Etsy. I've removed items from Posh and I've never had a problem. Depop only platform that will let you mark sold. So maybe it's one of those things where just continue to do what you do. Use Treecat to get all your items onto the other platforms, and maybe just on Poshmark, like for instance, on Treecat, you can use there's a tool there that allows you to say every 2 weeks on eBay, I want this item to end and relist.
Hmm.
So instead of allowing eBay to take it past the 30 days and it's now once it gets to 90 days, it's stale. Well, to avoid that, I do a manual process, but you can use Treecat to do it to where it's hands off and it just does that every so often. But maybe you turn that off for Poshmark and you have the feature on Treecat to do that and maybe do that on the other platforms because it seems that the problem that Poshmark is having is that end item relist thing that's happening. So maybe that's what the real problem is. Andy Reno says, okay, question. Can you order free shipping ground advantage boxes through USPS yet? I don't think so. I haven't checked. We haven't needed to order any more of those. I mean, do you even look to
We
use
got plenty.
Do you even use those very often or?
Not very often, but I do use them.
If we're looking at shipping supplies and when you're looking at their site here,
Shipping supplies.
But I was looking at box type, priority mail, prepaid, ready post. Anybody need cremated remains boxes?
Oh, I hope.
So if we go to shipping supplies to see if they're kind of hidden, I'm seeing just ready post. I don't see anything other than priority mail. Who uses these boxes anyway? I mean, I'm trying to give them away.
Yeah.
So currently, no, they're not on the site.
Threw them away.
They are not on USPS yet. In it to Flip says, Jenna, I have a longtime client, a different business who is very wealthy. They sold their condo in California, remodeled their other home in Minnesota, so she cleared out everything and bought all new.
Oh, wow.
Have a huge load of expensive clothing and household stuff. That's outstanding.
Nice. That is really nice.
Basket says,
do you have it all listed on eBay? I would love to know your store.
Even Basket Noodle liked the last PPP. So if you guys want something, it's an hour long. So if you want something to listen to while you're working, when we're done here, go shoot over to the PPP that was launched on Saturday and give it a listen.
I guess I'm going to have to watch it too.
Mike G says, I tend to get good sales first couple days, so I don't load my monthly coupon for this reason. Third or fourth day is when I put it up for the rest of the month. That's interesting. Basket says, I just don't come up way north into the cold with them squirrel scrapers because there's lots of feral cats up here that's going to want to play tongue hockey if they see them scrapers.
It's not very long, though. Like, it's super short compared to other guys that we know.
Like, which ones do we know? Like, Bearded Picker with his, like...
yeah, Bearded Picker, Dave, everybody has... if they have a beard, it's longer than yours.
Devon's deleting every day on, I guess, Poshmark, so that's interesting.
I just went, when I had stuff on Posh, I would just put it as not for sale.
Michelle R says, it's a chicken noodle soup kind of night. It's
sure
definitely
is.
It's a soup day. We're going to take it.
Yeah, we're going to take
because see, as it gets warmer, it's like the desire to make these like big batches of soups. We get these kits at the Cowboy Christmas. They have these vendors that they have like these mixes. It's like, all right, let's try it out. And you know,
go through our stash to see what kind of dips we had.
Duncan says, quiet please, I'm ordering burger and fries.
Oh, a burger and fries, not KFC?
John Elishot says...
Oh, wait, that's what he does get.
Starting to feel warm here today in Pennsylvania. Got up to the 20s. Hope you and Jen are doing good. We're doing great. Thanks for asking.
John, that would be freezing to me.
Graham in Vegas says, hey, folks, had my best week yet. I'm trying to replace my Uber Lyft income, and I didn't need to drive at all. Hopefully things will continue. That's good.
That's amazing.
It's good to know that you have that in your back pocket. For us, I mean... No, I still have the card that they give you for Uber Eats. They're like going and the pay like at some of the stores. But I think I'd have to go through a whole like renewal process if I ever needed to. But the good thing is I don't need to. That's the cool thing about the changes we made. Going on 3 years ago now? We made some key changes 3 years ago, and we've never had to drive again.
Praise the Lord.
But I mean, am I closed off to it if I ever need to go back to doing something like that? No, but it's good to have options. It's good to have options. Basket says, I'd be like the guy who says, I thought about having children, but figured out I just let everyone else raise them. That's funny. I'm getting kind of close to the near the end here. You guys aren't commenting like you should, but Tammy Cirque says they are rolling it out soon. You can order Ground Advantage boxes right from Poshmark under Sellers Tools. Okay.
Thank you, Tammy.
Let's do this. Let's do a drawing for the hat and the shirt for Treecat. What I want to do is a number from 1,000 to 1,300. So 1,000 to 1,300.
Oh, you thought I was being complicated. Now you're getting all crazy.
Yeah, I'm getting crazy.
Wow.
So let's do that. And
chili.
While we are waiting, I will then go in and play the Treecat promo, and we'll come back and we'll draw the number and go on to some more comments too. You hear us talking about Treecat all the time on this channel, and there's a reason for it. We're a big proponent of getting your items onto other platforms and not having all your items on eBay in one basket. And to do that effectively, you really need a cross-listing tool. Now, we've used a lot of different cross-listers, and I got to tell you that Treecat is the most comprehensive tool that we've used. We've had a hand in helping to develop it, but it's just packed full of features. And for the cost, you're not paying a monthly fee like a lot of all other different cross-listers make you pay. This one here, you pay as you sell. So you have a small fee when you make a sale, when it's a billable action, meaning that you've used one of the features that have linked to a sale. And guys, I got to tell you, there's nothing better than, if you have a bad month, not really worrying about having to pay all these extra fees for something that you didn't really get. So Treecat is loaded with a lot of features. I mean, really don't have a time to go over all of them, but some of the coolest ones are you got the AI autofill, where AI will get in there and fill in your item specifics. They do have a dedicated listing tool where you can go in and list from there and have all the same features that you would have on eBay, but the library that they have for you as compared to eBay holding your listings for only 90 days. So if you find something again, say 6 months later, you have the photo and the listing right there in Treecat, and you can just launch it instead of having to go back and create the listing all over again. They're implementing an AI lister with just photos, so that's baked into the price you pay as you sell. There's the delist feature where if you sell something on another platform, it's going to be removed off of eBay and vice versa. So again, so many features. And the coolest thing is, for the next 2 months, you use my affiliate code down below, you're going to get the services for free, regardless of how many items you sell. And that'll give you a chance to check it out, to see for yourself if Treecat is for you. And so we're that confident that you're going to like Treecat. They're giving you the first 2 months for free, just so that you can confirm what I'm already telling you. So what are you waiting for? Go over to Treecat, use my affiliate code down below, and get started today. What are you waiting for, darn it? So we're going to do this, and yeah, we're going to make it work this time. So the right screen, create a random number. We need it randomized, darn it. And we're going to end it with, looks like we have Andy Reno as the last one. So here we go. Good luck, everyone. It's thinking. 1,068.
Okay. Whew.
Okay, 1,068.
Oh,
so
boy.
Jenna's got to look that one up here and see who's the winner. In the meantime, we'll go into some more comments. In it to flip it says, just started listing it, but it's selling fast. I don't typically share my store publicly.
Oh, wow. Where pigs fly farm. 1066.
Is that the winner? Okay. Flipping ain't easy 2020 at gmail.com. I'll put the comment in the chat. For those of you who are watching after the fact on the replay crew, in the comments, once this becomes a video, go in and what do we decide to do?
Congratulations!
What do we decide to do? What's the rules on that? The replay crew, what are we doing for them? So we're doing, for those of you watching after the fact, or if you're watching now on live, you got to wait till this becomes a video to participate. We need a random number between, I'd say, let's just do 1 and 500.
Yeah.
Want to do 1 in 500?
Keep it simple,
Because
I
we're not
guess.
going to get 500 comments. So, I mean, nonetheless, 1 in 500 in the comments down below. And then on Friday's live, we'll, near the beginning, after I get through my spiel, we'll draw a winner.
Well, that could be 30 minutes, 40 minutes.
But they'll stick around to watch and see if they won. Let's see. Duncan says, I too lazy to cook, just order. I can afford it.
Yeah.
And chili, chili's good.
I love chili.
We do have a lot of chili that I made we have in the freezer.
Oh, I keep forgetting that.
Honor Squad says, I was doing not for sale, but I want those items out of my store if they are sold. Yeah, that's a good idea. I don't think they're counting that against you, though, on Poshmark if you remove those. Casey New York wants to know, does Treecat cross-list to Etsy? Not yet.
Not yet, but it is definitely coming very soon.
Right. And again, what's cool about Treecat is you have this whole, like, database of your listings, your photos, and all that. So if something goes wrong, you didn't lose the listing and the photo. It's there. It's really cool. Duncan says, after lunch, I need to get listing. My supplier is sending me 800 ephemera items. That's awesome. Getting past the Treecat comments. eBay holds my listings longer than 90 days. That's odd. How about dark pretzels covered are the devil?
They are the devil. Oh my God, those are my favorite.
Jenna speaks of KFC so often she makes John crave KFC.
Oh no.
Basket says computers can only generate pseudo-random numbers. What does that mean? Pseudo-random numbers. Like, if it's random, it's random, right? But I'm gonna get an attachment or something that I can integrate.
They have them online.
I know. I just gotta look. Time is an issue. It's like not the priority, but I'll make it one. Basket says it's an algorithm that gets seeded randomly, like with a timestamp, but eventually it'll all repeat. Yeah, 500 to 1,000.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yeah.
No, not 500 to 1,000. 1 to 500 on the.
For
1 to 500
rewatch crew. On
the rewatch crew, 1 to 500. If you're doing 500 to 1,000, then you're outside of the realm. You won't get.
Thank you, Ryan.
Where pigs fly. Is the winner.
There she is.
Awesome, thank you. That's great. Honors Cost says, so those that do not watch to the end will put in the wrong numbers.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess, because what did we say at the beginning of the show? I don't know.
Oh.
But
I think I said
I'm gonna probably add something to the item description, to the video description, and just say 1 to 500.
1 to 500. Let's keep it simple. 1 to 500. I know I said an
But then again, aren't we rewarding those who actually watch the whole show by giving them?
That's a topic we should have discussed already.
And Todd wants to give away his own used shower shitter.
Oh no. And I think he said Gwen is having her surgery soon. Is it this week or next week? Because he's gonna be nurse Todd.
He's gonna be nurse Silver Stacker.
Yeah.
And then he'll do some guest appearances on the Nurse Flipper channel. Phil 5 and Dime says algorithm can never be truly random. But it's random enough, right? It's just know that I didn't select the number.
It wasn't rigged in any
by
way.
Friday, for both drawings, we'll try to get something in place. Jacqueline Nicole says, I don't know what I'm guessing number for, but here goes. it's Jacqueline Nicole and Phil 5 and Dime. Wait until the video is done, the live is done, and it turns into a video where you can actually put comments. Yeah. And then you can put anything from 1 to 500. Yeah. And you're going to be in the drawing for a hat and a shirt from Treecat.
Yeah, you'll get both. So, but you will have to send us an email with your size and your address and everything.
Keith says, thanks for all for being part of this mad crew. And thanks to John and Jenna for the show. Hope you all have a great week. See you Friday. And
it's raining, Duncan.
Yeah, make it. I will pin a comment on that too, so they see it. Basket says, then again, we might say random doesn't exist, but it's simply a term used for that which we cannot discern, understand, on and on. And it's not rigged. So with that said, in Acme Distributing, it's going to be from 1 to 500, but wait till we end this and you're allowed to put comments in there. So, here's the thing. Want to thank you guys for being here. Hopefully you guys have a great week. You have 5-6 months to actually little over 5 months to get your processes kind of in order on how you ship and get used to, maybe this time you have to do a little double work. You have the dimensions in place when you list the item, but before you run that label, start making sure your dimensions are correct.
Why are we
And
pausing?
I don't know. Why are we pausing?
I don't know. You were kind of
Oh,
in
okay.
a
So
strange face.
nonetheless, I have strange face, so the camera's going to pick that up. So make sure you're adapting your processes to do that, because the last thing you want to do is add more expenses to your operation because you're not following. It's not our sandbox. It's USPS's sandbox. But yet that's yet another example of how flipping ain't easy. Want you guys to have a great week, and we'll talk to you here very soon.
Love you guys. God bless.
Take care.